Okay. Sorry, Miss. Hello.
Yes,
Can I start now?
yes, you may present yourself, sir.
Okay. Hello. My name is Pasha Fernanda Fauzi, but usually my friend call me Pasha, and I'm 23 years old, and now I'm working on a medical company, and I live in Indonesia, that's located in Jakarta, and I was lived there since I was born actually.
Okay, so you are living in Jakarta and then you are also working in Jakarta. That means you are really native of Jakarta, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me, tell me more about Jakarta itself, sir, as the capital city of Indonesia.
Okay. So actually, Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia, and it's divided by four region, and I live on the South Jakarta. And I think because it's the capital city, of course, it's a metropolitan city also. So there's always a bad traffic or a rush hour in the weekdays. But the good sides that there are a lot of entertainment place in Jakarta, and Jakarta is known as one of the most polluted city in the world, and I think that's the bad side also.
Okay, so in terms of the pollution and also the facility of transportation in Jakarta, would you mind enlighten me, sir?
Sorry, in light,
Enlighten me. Give me the
the,
insight. Give me the explanation. Enlighten.
about the pollution.
Transportation.
And
Pollution and transportation.
okay, so basically, a lot of people in Jakarta are still using their own transportation because they're rarely using public transports. I think that's one of the biggest or the main reason why there are so much pollution in Jakarta. And Jakarta is one of the most biggest users for motorcycles in South Asia or Asia, I think. And yeah, I think because there are a lot of people they're still using on transportation, so that's the thing why there are so many pollution and there's so much pollution in the city.
So the transportation is quite complete in Jakarta, yeah. Does it help the commuter or the people who wanted to go back and forth from their house to office? Is it affordable for them to use them every day? Kind of like MRT or LRT right now?
I think it's more affordable if we're using if we're using public transports, of course. But uh, the other problem is Jakarta is one of the most crowded city in Indonesia. So I think people are also struggled when they go to the public transportation like a busway station or maybe an MRT station. So they can't just go, go with the public transport because we have to queue first with the other people. I
Quite
think
easy. Mm.
I think that's the reason why there's many people has still using their own public transportation to use for
Motorcycle, yeah?
them daily. Yeah.
Motorcycle, right. So that means it is accessible, yeah. Everywhere in Jakarta, it's still accessible, even with different kind of mode of transportation. Okay. So if talking about your hometown, which is Jakarta, do you have any special event that Jakarta people conduct for certain days, or the traditional food that you have?
Sorry, is it like even like a festival or
Yeah, can be festival, can be Independence Day, like that's any event. Any event, even Tarhib Ramadan event that going around. I see. Well, I know, yeah. Certain Habib, yeah, they conduct kind of like filling up the street with their jamaah, yeah.
Okay,
That
I
also
think
can be. Mm.
okay. So because Indonesia is the most uh the most people with uh Islam people, I think one of the most biggest event that conduct in Jakarta is when it comes to Ramadan, and it's the moment when people are gathered with their family, with a big family, and there are a lot of festival like uh, mm, giving homeless people food, money, or something. And yeah, I think that's one of the most biggest event in Jakarta.
The traditional food, you have specific traditional food.
Uh, One of the most popular traditional food in Jakarta, I think it's nasi goreng.
Ah, yes, and it's become popular also abroad, yeah.
Yeah, and you can try or buying nasi goreng everywhere actually in the restaurant or maybe in the street food. So it's so easily to get that food, I think.
Right. Okay, so that would be it for the speaking IELTS task 1. We shall move to the speaking IELTS task 2, sir.
Okay.
Untuk biasanya nggak akan selama itu ya, sir ya. Cuman
Yeah,
itu buat latihan,
yeah.
jadi nanti diulang-ulang aja. So this is the question for the task 1. Describe a situation when you celebrated your achievement. You should say what the achievement was, when you celebrated it, how you celebrated it, and explain how you felt about it. Okay, that you have 1 minute preparation. Sir, pay attention. If the question past tense, your answer must be past tense all. Yeah,
Okay.
and then it doesn't have to be reality. Okay,
Oh,
you can
okay.
just made it up. Yeah, you can just made it up. Pokoknya untuk speaking sama writing task 2 itu imaginary oke. Karena
Okay.
nggak humming di sini. Your 1 minute preparation starting from now.
Hello, Miss. Hello. Hello, Miss.
In the moment, sir, I have trouble with my charger. Yes,
Okay, no problem, Miss.
in the moment. So you may start now, sir.
Right now? Hello, Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, right now, sir.
So the situation that I have celebrated with my achievement, I think it's when I'm in my high school. It is when my high school held a competition, and it's when I got a reward as the top scorer in my school's football competition. I think it's kind of like individual rewards for a player. And at that time, I felt so very happy because basically I could help my friends or my team to win the competition in my at my school. And we usually celebrate on the field after after the referee we saw the match, and we usually celebrated like dancing or taking photos with the team and my friends. And after that, after we went from the school, we usually go to the restaurant near the school. It's like Hanamasa restaurant or all you can eat restaurant, and we are eat together as a prize for being the winner or the first place team in that competition. And lagi kenapa? Sorry, Miss, my dad is coming to my room. Sorry, where we were.
Okay.
Okay, and what I feel what I felt when I
Changing your linking words, sir. There are list of linking words here in the orange color. Yeah. Try to use them.
okay, and what I felt is very happy at that time because football has always been my hobby since I was a little kid, and winning as a first place and getting the title of the top scorer or the individual award. I think it's one of the most very unforgettable moment for my life. I think that's for me,
Yes,
Miss.
that is 1.5 minutes. Quite full. Yeah, that one. So shall begin with the IELTS speaking task 3. That we will have discussion, still the same topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about achievement. From the perspective of Indonesian people, how do they call achievement in their life, or what are the achievement that
Sorry,
Indonesian
Miss. I
people
think
think
there's
of?
unstable connection. Can you repeat the question, Miss?
In the perspective of Indonesian people,
Yeah.
what type of people that consider having achievement?
What type of people? Is
What
it
type
like
of achievement that consider as success?
okay? So basically, I think it's depend on what the individual see about the achievement, because sometimes people can seeing the achievement like in the little things. I don't know how to definition it, but in my usually my friends are seeing an achievement are like milestones for for their their career or their life. So I think achievement is like a milestone for people to knowing where their progress is.
Okay, so to get the achievement in your country in terms of school, educational area, or in terms of career, business area, uh, what are the achievement that students or employee has to have?
I think it's usually we can seeing that an achievement if there's progress or a significant uh, increase in a number, like in example, like if a student got 8 for their grade for the first exam, and then the second exam they got 90. I think that's one of the achievement for the student, but it also on for the employee.
Okay, so according to your life, is it difficult to get achievement in Indonesian school? Also achievement in the company, yeah, in terms of business.
I think it's not that so difficult. I think it depends on when people want to get it or try hard and work for their objective. But I think it depends on people as long as they want to get it the achievement or not.
Effort pays back, yeah, with the achievement, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, sir. That will be it for the speaking IELTS task 3. Yeah. So my explanation, yeah, what's the difference between task 2 and task 3? Task 2, that you get question, you are asked about yourself. Yeah, everything is about you, right? Your
Yep.
achievement, and then how you celebrate it, and then with who, and then how do you feel? Okay,
Yep.
and then you are explaining it in the spoken expression for about 1.5 minutes until 2 minutes. After
Yes.
that, move to the task 3. Nah, task 3 itu more general, sir. Yeah. So it will relate you to the country, your country, or relate to the world. Kayak gitu. Topiknya sama.
Hmm.
Nah, topiknya tetap sama. Jadi nanti be ready aja. Misalnya kan itu sebetulnya preparation ya.
Yeah.
Oh, questionnya ini nih gitu, achievement. Berarti nanti, tapi nanti yang ditanya uh, untuk yang discussionnya itu not about you anymore ya. Jadi
Hmm.
jawabannya langsung aja ya, commonly people, or the world, or the citizen, or kayak gitu ya. Jadi
Hmm.
more general. Itu for the speaking task 3 ya. Topik sama. Kalaupun nanti topiknya sedikit menyimpang, itu dijawab aja gitu. Karena biasanya mereka mungkin get bored ya. Get bored sedikit, satu questions, dua question menyimpang. Tapi nggak boleh nggak jawab. Ya.
Kalau satu contoh menyimpang tuh gimana, Miss?
Jadi misalnya gitu topiknya kan ini tentang achievement ya.
Ah.
Tiba-tiba dia ngomongin tentang fashion gitu. Ya udah jawab
Oh,
aja.
kayak kontradiktif banget sama section 2-nya maksudnya.
Iya, heeh, nggak related banget gitu. Karena harus jelasin kayak gini kadang-kadang, Miss, how come like you said that it will be related to the topic in the cue
Section
card,
2.
ya second task. Iya, but tapi kalau misalnya itu kan ada personal ini ya, personal touch ya gitu. Kita kan
Hmm.
misalnya IELTS evaluator, kita itu kan juga ditawari pekerjaan juga kan nggak selalu harus eh, begitu bakunya tuh enggak gitu, tapi ada yang kita harus penuhin kayak gitu. Nah, ketika ngetes banyak gitu, questionsnya bisa melenceng satu atau dua. Ya, kadang kan balik lagi yang dinilai itu bukan jawabannya, tapi ketepatan dari jawabannya. Yang ditanya apa, dijawab apa dengan certain grammatical feature yang benar gitu, dan dengan variant of vocabulary gitu.
Hmm.
Itu yang repot untuk yang anak-anak SMA yang pada taking the test. Aduh, kalau udah anak SMA banyak ngambeknya. Ya